Here is an old mirror. It's made out of plastic, and here you can see I actually stepped on it and it cracked. But because it's plastic, it's made for showers. It actually comes with a big sticker on the back from 3M. But over time, I found it a bit hard to clean. I'm sure I probably could, but I think because it's plastic, it's not glass, and therefore the scratches sort of remain indented. Because I just shucked this in bags filled with like sharp objects many times over the years. That one over there in the shower, that's also scratched up. But I just used it while I was in the shower to shave my face. Now, a microphone stand to hold one of these things needs to be very sturdy. But first, let me go and see if I can get a better one of these. I wish that fan would shut up. I've got a sensor from Philips Hue in the shower cubicle so that the fan comes on and off. The minimum is 60 seconds after you've finished using it, so we've got to wait 60 seconds every time. I'll just wait for some silence, please. I can wait all day. Thank you. Now, how do you open this thing? Yeah, perforation always helps. Oh, 15% off card. Mirror. Encasement protective. Okay, so this is how shiny the new one is compared to the old one. Brand new, right? Oh, I see. Please remove protective film. Ooh, baby. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? What I'm going to do now is swap out the old one with the new one. Okay, now this microphone stand, this is a head of an iPad holder. They're very common, and that screws on to the head of a microphone stand. Not this microphone stand, they did not come together. This one is nice and robust. Okay, here it's got a quick release grip so I can use the button to slide it up and down. Obviously it's better with two hands, but everything I do has to be one-handed when I film. Oh. Everything I do has to be one-handed when I film. Another nice feature of this one is that it packs away pretty nicely when you finish with it, right? It folds up small, okay? And you don't need to leave the mirror attached. So, I'll give you a link to this microphone stand. Other weaker microphone stands probably don't have the weight you need. I can still lift it up with a couple of fingers, but it is substantially heavier than cheap microphone stands. This is a professional microphone stand and is probably the minimum you need to get the job done if you're going to have a microphone stand in your bathroom to see the back of your own head, which is what this is designed for. I can see the back and sides depending on how I angle that mirror. Another option is to go to the ceiling and mount from the ceiling. If you, Alexa, turn on the green screen. I don't know why that one didn't just come on. That is bad. Oi. Oh, there's a light switch off here. Okay. You can buy one of these, the actual light, and the mirror would probably, let me just check. Here's the old one. This mirror, I'll give you the link for this as well. Yeah, it will fit right there, and you could angle this very easily using rotation and swivel mounted on the ceiling. Okay, you could even get a smaller one, but you know, you probably want a bit of a room around the light. That means that if you look into that mirror with this light around it, you would easily be able to see your own reflection, but most importantly, it would be good for being completely higher than your head and out of the way. If you wanted to mount that in the bathroom at all times, then you'll be able to see the back of your own head and be able to angle that to the side. One thing this can't do with this particular one is go lower and higher unless you built in a ceiling cavity with some sort of telescopic bar. These ones are telescopic. I use these to mount to a desk here, and these slide up and down, and they still have the swivel thing. You could put a mirror there, as you can imagine, instead, if you have a bathroom setup similar to that. The alternative, of course, is Apower Mirror. Where is it? Apower Mirror. Is that it? Yeah, Apower Mirror. That's what you want. You can either pay them or just get the free version, which times out after 10 minutes. Now I could beam from this phone to that. In fact, I'll do that now, but I just have to pause this video to set it up. Okay, so I am now beaming directly. I don't know why it needs to go sideways like that. If I did that, I'm pretty sure I can press a rotation button that'll fix it, but that's upside down. Okay, but it wouldn't be really upside down for me because I want to place this down onto the sink here so that I can see the top of my own head, right? If I'm shaving my head, I want to be able to see it. And right now, you can see the lag, right? If I were to shave this area off, this setup with the Apower Mirror phone to iPad, or any phone to probably any tablet that's just got an app store, seems like the most portable. Having this microphone stand back here or something in the ceiling, I don't know, it's nice and permanent, and it gives you that full mirror reaction time and everything. But this setup that I've devised, using the suction cup system up there with the tilt head that can rotate, tilt, everything else you want, plus beam directly with very little lag. You can see what's happening on this screen right now, can't you? You can see the reaction time. If I move my head back and forward, it doesn't take a huge amount of time. I would estimate maximum 200 milliseconds. There's another one called AirDroid Cast, which takes 2,000 milliseconds, and also you can't record the screen. Not that most of you would want to, you simply need a transmitter mirror, and that's what this thing is able to achieve. Terrible name, Apower Mirror, but it seems to get the job done. This would be my first choice and first recommendation for all of you. First of all, it's free up to 10 minutes. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a timer counting down for when this is going to have a pop-up blocking your view of that. And it'll say, buy me, right? Become a VIP member. And they want a subscription for you to join to pay all the time forever. But I think there's a lifetime or 3 hours. Alexa, stop. I'm gonna go to my birthday party now. Alexa, stop. This is probably the best solution. Having a look at the back of my own head like this, being able to see it. I can't at the moment because you're seeing it, but you know, I can now see, and I could easily shave the back of my own head and see it perfectly. How is the mounting done? To the bathroom mirror. Where's the light coming from? From the bathroom mirror. Where does this thing sit? In the bathroom sink. Don't splash water all over your iPad, obviously. Also, the stiffness of this thing can be adjusted. You can see me struggling there. I haven't ever used it before right now, so this is my first time. But I think you'll agree the reaction time isn't too bad, given this is going through your Wi-Fi of your house. Okay, so this has to be on the same Wi-Fi network as your phone. I assume Android and iPhone, I don't know about other company operating systems, I don't think they would be accommodated with nearly anything in the whole world anymore. So you have to have an Android or an iPhone, iOS operating system. But I recommend this one. I will send links for the mirrors. It is useful to have a mirror as well. Like I said, they're expensive, everything's expensive in Australia. We have no choice, we've got to have it all imported. We're like a little colony on the outskirts of the world, which is good in times of war probably, but then I think there are some hungry eyes looking at us at this point. Everything's expensive in Australia, everything. So when you've got 325 million people, or in America, or I think it's 86 million people in Germany and 60 million in England or something, or UK. I know you guys like to think of yourself as the United Kingdom of Northern Ireland and Great Britain. That's the name of your country, isn't it? Although, is that a country, or is that more like the European Union? The UK is the same as the EU, sort of like a group of countries, and you're a group of countries. Your country is really England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, right? Is that 5? I would kept on pressing buttons on my finger and they just didn't seem to respond that accurately, probably because of the lag. Anyway, I would say this is probably your best solution. How many seconds have I got left? 4 minutes and 30 left. So if you reckon you can shave your head in 4 minutes and 30, clean all that area up and place your hairpiece nicely, this is a good solution. Another thing you could do is place the screen in front of the mirror. And move the camera around instead. So now I can see the back of my head by still facing the mirror. This was my original idea, right? You would use something like a microphone stand, but instead of using a mirror, you would use a camera. And then you can see the back of your head in front of your eyes. But you can also see your face clearly as well at the same time. How do I get all 3 of those in shot with my arms stretched behind me like this? There you go. So I can see the back of my own head, I could shave it like that, I could reposition it, but I would strongly advise, if you're going to do this, you put a light on your camera or on your phone, if you're using your phone as a camera, which I expect most of you will be, given how it's already got built-in transmission technology, which is what you need to do to achieve this. I've mostly stopped using actual cameras anymore because I need to beam the information almost every time immediately. So actual DSLR cameras are cumbersome. Everything I want now has to plug into a computer immediately. I don't want to do any analog shit. And even if they call it digital, I need it to be circulating around through to my devices without any fuss whatsoever, with a very good user interface, which most cameras do not have. So once again, you've got the option of putting the screen here and the camera back up here, or you can put the camera here where the light's coming from, because the mirror's already got a light, and then do it that way. Because I can see the screen nicely, right? I could easily shave the back of my neck and everything else that needs doing. It's about times like this. Here's a question. Would you shave that bit off and just make it a nice circle? I guess I probably would too. That'd give me a pretty long neck though. I don't know what to do about that. But for the first time, I can clearly see the back of my own head. Apower Mirror, terrible name for a company. It's Apower Soft actually. Apower? Isn't A mean not? Like asexual? Not powerful. But it is powerful. It works. It's the only product you can get because the mirror-to-mirror function from an iPhone to an iPad does not exist. They have transmitters to mirror outwards, but neither of this is the iPad 5 Air, and that's the iPhone 11, but neither of them have receivers for mirroring. Only transmitters. So you can mirror from your phone to an iPad or maybe even to a, I don't know, Chromecast or an Apple TV receiver. I'd love to burn up to 58 more seconds so you can see what happens when this timer runs out. So at the end of the day, the reason I'm doing all of this, trying to see the back of my head with actual solutions this time, is because I really am truly considering wearing a full top hat. And to do that, I don't know how the rest of you have been doing it without these solutions, because you need to see the back of your own head, don't you? Back and side and top and whatever else. If this stand was just like this, I wouldn't recommend it. It's a microphone stand. This is currently shaped like a camera stand. How many seconds I got left? 10 seconds. You need the swing arm to come out, right? You need it to pop up and out. And you need two hands as well. As you can see on my left, fuck. You need two hands. Everything I do needs two hands. But I've got to always, when I'm filming, pretty much do it with one. I'm not holding a camera right now, but I'm holding the screen you need to hold. If I was to use this, I wouldn't hold it. I would of course mount it. Now this is very heavy, right? But luckily this is a strong, heavy duty microphone stand. If you bought a weak microphone stand, it would definitely not hold. So either you could get a little phone holder, the most common thing there is, and attach it to the microphone stand so long as it has a screw-on part. Even this one here that is screwed onto there has a clamp. Didn't quite work, but you see, iPad holders sometimes come with these microphone twist-ons because musicians need to use iPads these days. But sometimes a musician simply wants a phone holder. So I'll try to find a link for you where you can actually find this attachment exactly. Any stand that this came with, microphone stand, is probably not a microphone stand at all, but rather just a music stand which doesn't have a swing arm like this. So I think you're probably gonna have to buy two things if you do want to go with this solution. Because I'm a musician, I have all this stuff, right? And it makes it easier for me. So like I say, you could have a screen here and a camera there, or a camera there and a screen here. And as you can see, it's all happening in the background behind all of this stuff. Upgrade to VIP or reconnect. Now, if I have to reconnect, I'm gonna have to shut off the video and press the restart button. And I think I'd just get another 10 minutes for free. If you're happy with that, it's probably okay. But upgrading to VIP apparently allows you to stretch the screen out full, so you're not limited to this little iPhone area here. Anyway, with all these methods, I think I've covered how to see the back of your own head. This thing gets dirty the moment you touch it. One thing I really feel like I have to do before I go out is shave the back of my own head. As always, the part of me that will be facing the mirror is going to be the side that I want lit, because this does not have a light attachment with it. So for once, I'll do the right thing and take off the shirt I'm going to wear to a fucking birthday party before I cover it with. I wish I had the vacuum one working, because it's daytime. If it does sound like a lawnmower, probably won't matter too much. Now, because I'm right-handed, I'm going to start on the right here. I'm going to take the microphone stand and move around. Now my arm's kind of in the way of my own reflection. By the way, these kind of microphone stands can go up high, right? Cheap ones will stop about there and you will not get that whole coming down from above kind of vibe. Yeah, that's about as high as it goes. So it comes up about 3 feet because I'm 8 feet tall, right? No, I'm not. All right. Try to get that shot for you. You reckon I should cut off that bit? So you see how much you have to be moving the mirror or the screen around as you work. At the moment, as it stands, with this mirror system, I cannot see both parts of the back of my neck at the same time. Unless I go all the way out here. So that looks pretty neat now. This thing is really starting to piss me off though. So, I've got to go. I'm running late now, my own birthday. And I'll have to lose some weight as well, because I look like a melted candle. How's the top of my head? Can you see it? I wish I could see the top of my own head. What's the best we can do with this? Let me show you. I want to make that stick down towards my head. And then tilt that up. And then make it visible for the audience over there. I'm sure this will become second nature if I used it all the time. But as it stands right now, it's hard. Now, it looks like my overhang here has been cut too short. Sorry, I'm trying to see my own reflection and I'm not considering you because I care more about myself than you right now because it's my fucking birthday, alright? So I'm just going to see the top of my own head properly. It's very hard to show you as well what's going on here. But I'll say this mirror on a stand solution is no match for the camera on a stand solution, which I'll just quickly set up now before I go, just to show you so I can get this out of the way. What? Alright, this isn't working. Okay, it's working now. It's these kind of inconveniences when I'm trying to mess around and get that 10-minute reset happening between the two things that I think, you know, if I could get a lifetime purchase of this product, I might pay for it. I wish that iPhone and iPad just did mirroring with each other, but they don't. You need a third-party app like Apower Mirror. All right, now what I'm doing here is I'm comparing what it was like just a moment ago to use the mirror where my actual head was blocking my reflection of myself. See, the thing is, when I look at this reflection of that mirror, my head's in the way with a mirror, right? If I look at a mirror, I'm trying to see the back of my own head. See, I'm trying to see the back of my own head. Now, not only is my head in the way, but the camera, you are in the way. You're in the way. I'm in the way and you're in the way when I use a mirror. But this thing goes through my head and through you, and I see exactly, clearly, and nothing I do gets in the way. Which is why two cameras, or the camera and receiver, are better than the mirror setup. Now, I do think you need a microphone stand to make this work. Otherwise, like I've said, you can just place this down on the sink and rotate the, where is it? Yeah. Rotate this down. Don't put it in the sink because the sink is actually very wet. And then I will just rotate this a couple of times. And now I can see the back of my own head clearly, right? I'm in the way of you now seeing this screen, but I can assure you, I can clearly see the back of my own head in pretty much real time. I would not have a problem being able to go exactly where I needed to go with absolute pinpoint accuracy. Of course, when you're leaning down over the sink like that, it's not as comfortable as having a microphone stand like this one. So I would say, if you have the bathroom to yourself, or if you don't mind packing up the microphone when other people have to use your bathroom, or if you don't mind having, the microphone does pack up and the legs fold up, so if you want to pack that away every single time you use it, that will fold up fairly small. But ideally, if you are sharing constantly or you're traveling, just take the suction cup mirror thing and lean down over the sink, then you'll be able to see this properly. Otherwise, ideally you would have a microphone stand so you can easily see everything happening on the back of your own head. Or put the camera here, mount this thing. I would say you want to see the big screen when you're looking at yourself, right? You could ideally put this, mount a giant iPad or something on the mirror somewhere, and then put the camera behind. This actually does hold the iPhone sideways. I'll see what I'm doing here. But now I've blocked the camera with that bit. Okay, how's that? Right, now I'll rotate that. Bring this down low so you can see what's happening. So yeah, you could put the camera there, and instead of having a phone holder, you'd have an iPad holder, and that way you can see the back of your own head clearly beside. Having to film things is a lot harder than not having to film things. You know that, right? All right. There, I can see my own reflection, the back of my own head, and my reflection of the front of my face simultaneously. But you're not putting any light out. So if you were going to do this, you would need a light on this camera. Then you could move this up and down and around using the microphone stand, as you would imagine. That's it for now. I'm gonna go to a birthday party.